we're going to be sharing our newborn essentials. These are products that we use every single day and we couldn't have done without. If you are pregnant or you just had a newborn baby, congratulations. I hope you find this video useful in prepping for your newborn arrival. I'm Amy. I make videos about all things baby and parenting related. And this beautiful boy is 7-month-old Joshua. But we're going to be thinking back today about when you were a teeny tiny screaming newborn. Excuse us for our matching outfits today. It was coincidental, but it's ended up looking super cute. Can you say hi? I hope you enjoy our video and you find it really useful. Okay, let's start with sleep because that's a really important one, let's face it. We spent a lot of money trying out all kinds of different baby sleep products, looking for the holy grail that would help our baby sleep better. At first we just started having him sleep in a blanket and that was okay, he was sleeping okay. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but the minute we started swaddling him, he started sleeping for longer stretches of time. So I think he started sleeping for like 5-6 hours. And in the end, by the time he was 8 to 10 weeks, he was sleeping through the night. Could be a coincidence, but it might not be. Swaddling really helps your baby to sleep better because at that age, they've got the startle reflex. So they keep moving their arms and waking themselves up. He would often end up hitting himself in the face and waking up and crying. So swaddling really helped him, and in the end we ended up swaddling him for his naps as well as his night's sleep. I, however, was useless at swaddling. I tried the swaddling blankets because we've been given some, and I just couldn't get it tight enough. No matter how I tried, those things just kept loosening. So we did go for the Velcro swaddles. So I would recommend, for me it was great, I would recommend getting a Velcro swaddle. So when we had our baby, it was summer, so it was quite warm when he was a little newborn. So these ones by Little Seeds were really good. They're really cheap. You can get them on Amazon. And they were very secure and he slept really soundly in them. So you just pop his feet in the bottom of them and it's all done by Velcro. You put one side over, Velcro it, and then put the other side over. So these were great. And then when it got a little cooler, we switched to the Halo Velcro swaddles, which he also slept really soundly in. The material was a little thicker. These are only really good for summer because they're very thin and lightweight. And then as he got older, we started thinking about transitioning him out of his swaddle. And I read that it's actually easier for babies to transition if they've been swaddled with their arms up. So we switched to these transitional swaddles and I loved these so much. I kind of wish that maybe we'd started with these from the beginning, with him swaddling with his arms up, because he loved sleeping in that position. These are by Love to Dream. They are a little bit pricey, but for me they were worth it. I loved these so much. He slept so well. You can get them in lots of different togs. This one's a nice thick one because by the time we transitioned to these, it was getting really cold. So I think this is one's two tog, but they're really good. They've got a zip that goes down and then they've got the two-way zip, the holy grail, so that you can zip them up. So if you needed to do a change and keep them in their swaddle, you could do. And then when he was older, you can keep them for a bit longer because you can transition to arms out. Definitely get yourself a swaddle. The second product that I used so much was the Haaka breast pump. I love this so much that we actually ended up buying 2, only because it rolled under his cot one night, I couldn't find it and I panicked and bought another one. So we have 2 of these. I was breastfeeding exclusively for the first few months of his life. And it's really hard. He was cluster feeding a lot. So I wanted the option of being able to share it a bit with my partner and the grandparents and having the option of bottle feeding him every now and then. I didn't get on very well with the electric breast pumps. I would pump for a really long time and I'd get maybe like 30 millilitres and it would take forever to get enough to feed him a bottle. Then I discovered these and this was a bit of a life changer. I used to use it at night time, so he used to wake up about 2 or 3 at that point, and my boobs would be really, really full and bursting. And it was actually too much milk for him to drink anyway. So what I would do is I would put this onto the breast that he wasn't feeding from, and it would collect all the milk that would otherwise leak out, probably a bit extra. It would collect about 100 millilitres in one go. And then I would just collect it over a few days, freeze it, and that would be how I got my collection of breast milk. It was much faster and much easier. I was feeding him anyway, I didn't have to sit there pumping for hours as well. So this is really easy. You just bend it over like that, suck it in, pop it on, undo it, and then it like suctions on. And that's all you have to do. So I would really recommend these. They're a good price. They get you lots of breast milk. Up next is a white noise machine. We've got the Hatch and we love it. He still uses it now for his naps and his night sleep, and he's used it since week 1. It helps him go to sleep more quickly, helps him stay asleep with all the noises that are going on in the house. And when he was sharing our room, it helped us sleep too. Newborns are noisy sleepers. They grunt, they cry in their sleep, they make all sorts of noises, and this really helped. So you can control it from an app on your phone, you can control the volume, you can control the noise that you make, you can control the brightness of the night light, so that's all really great. We normally have it set around 27. And here you can choose the sound you want it to make as well. Sorry you can't hear them, but there's lots of nature noises like rain, birdsong. There's lullabies that you can play them, the sound of the sea. We use the static because we found that worked best for Josh. Here you can change the colour of the night lights, and then you can also set schedules so you can control what time it comes on, what time it comes off. I would definitely recommend this product. Another essential for me that I definitely used several times a day was a baby wrap or a carrier. So my baby really didn't like it if I put him down. The minute I put him down anywhere, if he was awake, in his Moses basket, in his sleepy head, anywhere, in his chair, he would scream and scream and scream. He had really bad colic. So I ended up using a wrap a lot, and he would fall asleep in it. And I could just do a few things around the house. Otherwise you end up nap trapped on your sofa for hours, which is nice, but there's only like so many episodes of Stranger Things you can watch before you want to get up. I think this one's called the Babu Baby Wrap. It's a reasonable price compared to some of the other ones out there. This is just made of a really nice fabric. It's nice and stretchy, and I was able to get a really nice tight wrap on it that didn't come undone. So I really rated this. I thought it was really good. It is just basically one long piece of fabric, so you do have to learn how to wrap it. It took me a few attempts to learn at the beginning, but once you've done it a few times, it takes like a minute. Watch a YouTube video and you'll be fine. So definitely get yourself a wrap, you will need it. But these really were only suitable for inside. If you want to take your baby outside, he loved being carried outside as well, you need something a bit sturdier, like a carrier. We got ours off Facebook Marketplace, so we paid a lot less. I think full price, these are about £100. We paid something like 25. So we got the BabyBjorn one. I think it's the Air or the Move. I'll check. This was really, really easy. You just pop it around your shoulders like a jacket. And then you clip it here. And your baby goes here. So when he was a newborn, I would have him facing me, and he would snuggle in and he'd go to sleep, and I could go for walks outside. And we still use this every day now because he loves to wear it facing out. So we take him for walks and he can see the world and he loves it. Definitely invest in one of those. No, I can't take it off. There we go. I'm out, I'm free. So bath time next. You will need somewhere to bath your newborn. We used the Angelcare bath. I thought it was really, really good. You can end up spending quite a lot of money on a baby bath if you want to. But this one was a good price and it did the job really, really well. So you just pop it in the bath and it's got some holes in it so the water comes through and it submerges your baby just the right amount. The only thing I would say is that it is a little bit hard. So we just put a couple of flannels down as well for him to rest his head on. You could use like a burp cloth or a swaddle blanket or something like that. He used this until quite recently. So I would say he probably used this until he was about 5-6 months old. So it lasted a fair while. He's now upgraded to a bath seat. It's very exciting. And the other essential, which we use every day, even now, is a bath thermometer. I really like the Angelcare one. You just give it a little shake. And then you just pop it in the bathtub. And it tells you the temperature of the water. So you don't have to keep putting your elbow in and being unsure. I didn't know how it should feel. I had no idea. This just tells you, you know, it's 37, 38 degrees, that's the right temperature. Turn off the bath. And this is a cute little seal as well. Look, it's so cute. so he can play with it. So get yourself one of those. They come in lots of different animals. I think you can get like a rubber duck as well. So one that I didn't think I would need, and we actually didn't buy, was a Moses basket. So we bought the snooze pod for our next to me sleeper, and he slept in that. It was a good little cot. He was a tiny little newborn baby, and when we first brought him home, that cot dwarfed him. They're used to being in the womb. They like to be snug and feel like they're being held, and they like to have boundaries around them. And he was lost in that crib. So we actually ended up getting a Moses basket after all, and it became an essential. We used it all the time. Newborn babies are supposed to sleep in the same room as you all the time. So in the daytime, I was downstairs. I wanted him to be sleeping downstairs. The Moses basket's great. It's light. It's got handles, so you could just move it around the house. So he slept outside in it. He slept in the lounge. So we used to put the Moses basket downstairs when he was having his naps, and then we would place it in his snooze pod, and he would sleep inside that as well, inside his snooze pod, so that he was a bit more snug. Gave him a bit more containment. Next on the list is our portable changing mats. So we actually have 3 of these. That's how much we like them. So we have got one that we have downstairs wherever we're hanging out. We've got one upstairs in the bedroom that we change him in the middle of the night on our bed. And then we have one that goes in our baby rucksack that we take out and about. So we love these. They're just quick and easy. They fold up. Oh, sorry, I'm getting Velcro on my tights. They fold up. You can put wipes or cotton wool or whatever you want in the little pockets at the side. It's got like a little pillow bit for his head, and it's just quick and easy. So you'll be needing one of those. And to go with changing, a nappy caddy. Again, we've got 2 of these. We got ours from Amazon. We've got one upstairs next to the bed where we change him at night, and then one downstairs when we're changing him in the day. And this is just essential. You don't want to be getting out of bed at night, looking for your wipes, looking for your nappies. Just having everything in one place, super good. And then you're nap trapped in the day downstairs. You can just reach out and get what you want. So you can put in your essentials like your nappies, your wipes, burp cloth. Our baby had really bad colic at that stage, so we were trying out different things like co-leaf and Infocol. We had his vitamin D drops in here as well. Breastfed babies need vitamin D drops once a day. Anything like that, your essentials. If you're going to be using a bottle at all, you will of course need a steriliser. I was mostly breastfeeding, so we just used a bottle when we wanted to share feeding. We used it maybe once a day, if that, maybe a few times a week. So I didn't want a really expensive steriliser. I know you can spend a lot of money on UV ones, but we just wanted a cheap one because we weren't going to be using it all the time. So we got the Tippee steam steriliser, and it did a really good job. It's a really good price, and it's quick. It takes maybe 5 minutes to steam and sterilise your bottles, and then you're done. It does leave them a tiny bit damp, but you give them a little shake and you're good to go. You do have to descale it though. So if you don't like descaling, maybe get a UV one. Last up is a car mirror. I cannot deal without my car mirror. It fell down halfway through my car journey once and I freaked out not being able to see him. Being able to see your baby's face, essential. So a car mirror, they're nice and cheap, attach them to the back of your car, and then you can check your baby's okay, gives you peace of mind when you're driving. You can see when your baby's asleep and when they're awake. Thank you for watching my newborn favourite video. I really hope it was helpful. There are so many newborn items out there, so knowing which ones are the holy grail items, I found really useful. I watched loads of these videos. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!